morning, Math 2. This is Math Lesson 114. We're going to be identifying right angles today. You will need your Math Master, the one that looks like this. We won't use it right away, but have it handy. And then you'll need a piece of paper. It can be any piece of paper. It can be your fact practice paper. It can be your guided class practice paper, but you will need that for this activity also. So I'll give you a moment to get those things together, and then we'll get started. All right. We are going to be talking about angles today, and right angles specifically. So do you notice on this piece of paper that I have 4 corners? And this is just one of the math reading papers from our classroom. The reason that I'm so bundled up today is Tuesday after our snowstorm on Sunday, so it's a little chilly in our classroom. So mathematicians call the corners of the paper angles. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to use this paper and I'm going to trace the corners or the angles for you. My lines are not as straight as I would like them to be because I'm tracing paper with a marker. Now you can see that anytime I trace the corner that looks like a capital letter L, that is turned in many different ways. I should probably turn this one. Oop, this way. I did that one already. And mathematicians, you know, they do not like to use words. We've talked about this many times. They like to use symbols. So what they do to show that something is a right angle is they put a small square in the corner. I'll show you. Oh, I should draw one for you that looks like this. And now it looks like a V. So see if you can find some examples at home of things that have right angles. I'm going to look around the classroom and tell you what I see. I know that the window has right angles in all 4 corners. I know that your desks have right angles in all 4 corners. So does the door, the bulletin board, the whiteboard, all of the signs on our math meeting board. Let me see. Oh, the cupboards, the bookshelves, those all have right angles. So see what you can come up with at home. The way that you can tell if you're having a hard time identifying right angles is to see if a piece of paper fits exactly in the corner. So that's why you're using this paper in just a minute. Remember, not the math meeting paper, your fact practice paper or your guided practice paper, because you don't have the math meeting paper at home. Now it's time for you to get out the Math Master paper. It looks like this. It has 4 squares that are the geoboards. If you were at school today, you would be able to use the geoboard. Today, however, you're going to have to watch me demonstrate on the geoboard. So let me get that in my elastic. I'm going to see if it will work here on the ledge. There we go. And you can see that mine is pretty big compared to the one that you get to use at school. So I'm going to make a square first, and then I'm going to show you that my paper fits exactly in the corners so that I have right angles. I had to make a rectangle because this peg is gone. But it will still work. So if I put my paper here in the corner, it fits exactly, so I know this is a right angle, so is this, and so is this. So your first job is to make a square in your first space. Just trace all of those dots to make a square. I'll draw it for you. I'm not drawing all the dots though. So there's my geoboard, here's my square, and then inside my square I'm going to put 4 of those right angle symbols. And that's what you need to do with that first one. I'll give you a moment to do that. Did you check to see that your paper fits in each angle exactly? There we go. Your next job in the second space is to draw a rectangle. Here's the example of a rectangle. It does not have to look exactly like mine. You might decide that you would like yours to be a little bit smaller. Oh, that peg's missing too. See if I can do it this way. There. I know that this has 4 right angles because my paper fits into each corner exactly. So make sure you get your second space filled with a rectangle. You decide on the size. I'll draw a picture of that too. That's my geoboard. There's my rectangle. There are my right angle symbols. That's what you should have. Next, we're going to do something a little different. I will show you first with mine, and then you're going to draw. I'm going to make it big so you can see. I've made a triangle. And you're probably thinking, but Mrs. Harms, it's a triangle. There aren't any right angles. But there is. There's one right here in this corner, and this is called a right angle triangle because of the right angle. So this is what you're going to draw in your third space. Here's my geoboard again. Now I'm going to do my triangle. And I'm going to put my right angle symbol in the corner. Remember, yours did not have to look like mine. Maybe yours looks like this. Just make sure that you get the right angle symbol in the right spot. Your last space is for you to make your own right angle shape. It has to have one right angle in the whole shape. You can have more if you wish, but it has to have at least one. So let's see what I can come up with. Here's my geoboard again. It looks like I have two right angles in mine. If you're having a hard time thinking up your own shape, you can most certainly copy what I did, but I hope that you come up with something a little bit different. That's the end of math lesson 114. I hope that you did a good job on your fact practice. Remember, keep practicing your wrap-ups and then move on to your guided practice paper and then your homework side. Have a good day. I miss all of you.